everybody, it's Duffy. Haven't seen everyone for a while. As most of you know, I made a trip out to western Utah to the Bonneville Salt Flats to compete in the Bonneville Motorcycle Speed Trials and had a really awesome time. This winter, I'm also going to introduce you to some of the people I met in Bonneville, the Bonneville family, the spirit of Bonneville. And I'm going to call this show Fast Friends. You're going to be introduced to the different kind of people you'll meet in Bonneville. These are just the people I happen to meet. You're going to get to know Jay Allen, who you may know as the founder and the face of the Broken Spoke, but he's also a world-class land speed racer who sets a record just about every time he goes out to Bonneville. But you'll also get to know Smitty and Bart, a father and son team, and they go out there and they're not really interested in setting records. They just go out there for the experience, to bond, and to run their motorcycle. You'll also hear from the Kraken, the team that is spent the last 12 years building a streamliner with 2 Hayabusa engines on it, and they just ran it really for the first time last year. They were doing some breakout runs, and so we'll follow them as they prepare for Bonneville this summer. And I wanted to do a little preview. We're going to be talking to a whole bunch of folks. You're going to hear a whole bunch of stories about the Bonneville Motorcycle Speed Trials throughout the year, but I want to give you guys a little preview. When I got to Bonneville, I was like, I have to be like the only person from Massachusetts who's here, right? But literally, one of the first people I met was a guy from Gardner. So I was like, wow. Huh. So I wanted to introduce you guys to Rob Schwartz. He runs Rob's Dyno in Gardner, Massachusetts. So this is just going to be a little preview of the type stuff. I want to get you to know some of the people we're going to be following. Rob has a dyno, obviously, and he has a motorcycle shop in Gardner. We'll be obviously watching Rob as he prepares for this year's Bonneville Salt Flats as well. But let's just go to the segment now.
Well, welcome to Rob's Dyno Service, and we're here to talk about the Motus and my dream to go to Bonneville. And what a dream it was to be able to go to Bonneville for the first time in my life, go there, break 2 records, and I'll lose them all in the same day. Can't get much more drama than that. But the trip was awesome to get there, and the trip home was even more. So the bike that we're going to talk about is a 2017 Motus MSTR. It's a bike that we built here, reworked the engine, cleaned up all the things in it to make it even better. It has all the products that I make on it as well, and we went to Bonneville with it. We went to Bonneville, and I got on the bike, and the best speed I could get was 159, and then the next run was 158. The third run was 157. So realizing that I'm not going anywhere, getting faster, I keep getting slower, I realized that I was too big to ride this bike. I needed to find somebody smaller. So I ran into Valerie Thompson and asked her if she would be willing to ride my bike. And luckily enough, she said yes. And the best part, she went out, broke all the records the first time she went out, and then continued to get faster and faster on my bike. So we broke all the records that we needed to, and we tore down the engine and found out I was 2 cc's too big. And if you know how big 2 cc's is, it's not very much. So we'll go back next year with this Motus with another engine, all stock, and hopefully proceed to smash the records again and hold them. And we're going to go out with a new company as well, Energica electric bikes, and we'll show you those shortly. This is an MSTR from Texas that we just did a lot of upgrades to. It has our forward controls. We did some ignition wires, fixed a bunch of complaints that the customer had, and this is on its way home. Here's a V-Rod that we're working on right now. It's got some wiring issues and needed to be tuned. This is my own personal victory. This is where it all started with me, and developing programs to rewrite ECUs. All started with this one. Another V-Rod that came in for tuning that we just finished. We'll show you the shop a little bit. Inside the shop, we'll take a look at what we got. Here's another Energica. This is a brand new one that came in from some accident damage that we're straightening out. Here's one of 200. I got a phone call from a company in Louisville, Kentucky that had one of these engines for sales for Motus. So we just picked up that to do some work on. And as you can see, we still work on Harleys. That's the majority of our business, so we will never give this up. We got to put an engine in this. Some more Harleys for work. customer from the UK even on that Motus that's getting some work done. A nice custom victory. We'll give you a shot of the rest of our shop. Some more Motuses, as you can see. And here's where it all gets done. All in Rob's Nano Service, where we bring all the bikes up in here and we do all the tuning that's necessary. So this is some of the programs that we have. It's a very, 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 very accurate machine. Take a look at one of the brand new Eva Rebellis. This is an RS version. This is a 2022. This has 160 foot-pounds of torque and 169 horsepower. This is the latest and greatest in technology. Energica is made in Milan, Italy. Can't say enough about them. The quality is first rate. They've been around for many years. They come from a great racing heritage, and hopefully I can help them continue that. And hopefully at Bonneville, with any luck. This bike has no transmission. It's turn the throttle and go. The top speed is 150 miles an hour. 0 to 60 is in 2 seconds, and 0 to 100 is in 3.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So you really can't complain. It gets get up and go. It has ABS traction control on it as well. It has regenerative braking. It's the best of the best.
All right, everybody. That's it for this week's show. So this is my salt bike. What kind of makes it a salt bike? Well, I went out there with John Turner from the High Octane Saloon in Laconia. He took antique Harley off the wall to run there. So I kind of got my feet wet, and now I'm going to try and take this 175 and set a land speed record for it. Now, why a 175 instead of something that's going much faster? Because this is really what I can afford, and it's a two-stroke. So part of what I'm going to show everyone is that you don't need big money to compete in the Bonneville Salt Flats, right? You can be a land speed racer for what it costs to go on a summer vacation. So that's part of what hopefully I'm going to show folks as I prepare this for a record run. As I said, we're going to do some breakout runs. We're going to go to the Loring Speed Trials in Maine in July, and then we'll be heading out to the Bonneville Salt Flats in late August. So stay tuned. The shows will start probably sometime after the first of the year. Duff out.